element is occurring n number of times. And going into the person element, its child elements are what? Yeah, full name and child name. Only on the child name element there are some conditions like 0 or multiple times it is going to repeat. Fine. Okay. Now I will start writing the schema for this element, or schema for this XML file. So again, new file. Save this file as a test2.xsd extension. Again, you can take it as all type. Okay. Save. Okay. So now we'll start defining the schema now. So what is the first line? First line is always, you need to practice all these things. Otherwise, you know, I've told you a number of times. Okay, why the practice is very important for this kind of things. Okay. Yeah. Again, copy pasting the things, using those shortcuts and all, it is not going to help. Okay. So best way to learn this is use Notepad, simple Notepad. Even if you go for Notepad++, no issues, but don't use those. Yes. Okay, and then what? Encoding equal to, sorry, Unicode transformation format 8 bits. Fine. Okay, then what? What is the root element in our XSD file? Schema. Yes. Schema. Right. Okay. Now here we are going to define our root element of our XML. So what is the root element of our XML? Persons. Yes or no? So that element I am defining. Right. So I'll say access element name equal to persons. Right. Okay. What type of element it is? It is complex element. Yes or no? Try to, yes. Complex type, complex element it is, right? Why it was complex element? Because it was having sequence of child elements. Yes or no? Right. What was the element name equal to, what was the child element? See, this person is a root element. It is complex element. It is having sequence of child elements. So what is that sequence? What is that sequence? Okay, where's the diagram? Yeah, it is having person element, right? So this element I am defining now. Okay, so I'll say element name equal to person. Okay, again going to the, now I am into this element. Now I am trying to define this element. So what type of element is this? What type of element is, again it is a complex element, right? Now I'm over here. Again it is a complex element, right? I'll say access complex type. Again it is a complex element, right? Why it is complex element? That also I'm asking you all now. Why it is a complex element? Why this element is complex? Because again it is having what? Sequence of child elements. Yes or no? Okay, so that I'm trying to define over the sequence. Okay, what is that sequence now? What is that sequence? Now I'm over here. Okay, what is the sequence? This and this one, right? So both these things are simple elements. Both these things are simple elements. Yes, yes. Okay, so that I'll try to define now. First name and child name. Oh, sorry, full name and child name. Okay, so I'll try to define those elements. Element name equal to first full name. Okay, type string only I'll take. Fine. And what was the second thing? Child name. Element name equal to child name. Okay. Again we can take string only. Fine. Okay. So I have done these things now. Okay. Now if you look at the this element, if you look at this element, there was one constraint on this element. What was the constraint? This particular thing can occur n number of times, 0 to n number of times. Okay. So how that constraint is handled? See, child name. This was an element. So no. So what I'll say min occurs equal to 0, max occurs equal to 5. You can say. Means a maximum 5 times it is going to repeat in a particular person element. Understood? No? 0 to 5 I'll say. Okay. So for that element, for this element, okay, I'll say min occurs equal to 0 okay, and max occurs equal to 5. So between this range, this many times it can repeat, the child element can repeat. Okay, so that constant is handled over here. Okay, and yeah, fine. So the what I'll close now, this thing is closed, this thing is closed. So now I'll close the sequence. This particular element I'll close sequence, right? Access sequence. Okay, then what? I'll close complex type. I hope you understand which tag I'm closing now. Okay. Access complex type, right? Then what? This element I need to close element, person element, right? I'll say access element. Then what? Which one is remaining? Again, I'll go to this sequence. Okay. Sequence, right? Then which one? This complex type is remaining. So that I'll close. It's not properly indented. Complex type it is. Yes, complex. Then what is remaining? This element is remaining. Main element, person's element is remaining. Okay. Root element. Right? And then what is remaining? A child I must have closed over there. The main root element is already closed. Right? So in this file now all the constraints are handled. Only one constraint is not handled. Can anyone tell me which constraint I have not handled over here? This was a diagram. Root element, then this person element can occur a number of times. Going to the person element, it was having full name and child name. Child name can occur, yeah, 0 to, yeah, I have said maximum 5. You can take 10 also, okay, no issue. But from this entire thing, which constraint is not handled in this file? Can anyone tell me? There is one constraint that I have not handled. What is that? Yeah, tell me first. Which constraint I have not handled? See, by looking at this file, I can say that, okay, root element is persons. Inside this person, there is a person element, I'm saying, as per this file. Then inside the person element, I'm saying, okay, full name will come and child name. Child name can be 0 to 5 times. Yes or no? So there is still one constraint that I have not handled. What is that? Yes, good. Yes, very good. Yes, good. Okay, so you can see over here, yeah, this was our this thing XML file. Yes or no? So inside the person's element, this person element is occurring multiple times. Yes or no? So that constraint I have not handled over here. I'm saying that, okay, inside person's element there is a element person I'm saying, but how many times it is occurring, that I have not specified. Understood? No, so that's I'll have to specify using this statement. See, max occurs equal to unbounded, means I cannot specify how many times it will occur. Clear? So for that element, that is when I'm defining this element, I'll say max occurs equal to unbounded, means I don't know how many count, what's the count, okay, what's the maximum, unbounded I'm saying. Okay, so now see, I can say that, okay, person 1 element, 2 element, 3 element, I don't know how many times it is going to occur. Okay, so that constraint has been handled now over here, right? So I'll save this file. Okay, yeah, I'll try to save this file, but it's giving me the error because that particular attribute I have not specified. Okay, so what is that attribute? XML ns:access equal to the URL. Okay, so I'll say http colon, okay, w3.org/2001/XML schema. Okay, again it is case sensitive. You must see how I have written the XML, X is capital, and then yeah, XML caps and S is also cap of capital. S of schema is also capital, right? I'll save this file. Now XML schema file is okay. It is saying now I'll go to my XML file. Okay, and how to connect this file to my schema file? I'll have to go into root element. Okay, I think you are getting confused between this parents and parent. Persons and person. Okay, don't get confused. Understood? No. Okay, this was a question from semester paper. You might get this kind of questions. So don't get confused between these persons and person. There is a difference. Okay, persons is a root element, and inside this thing, person element is occurring multiple times, and that constant we have entered over there. Root element is what? Persons, and here see, person element is occurring multiple times. That is the thing. Okay. Now what I said, okay, to provide a connection between XML file and XSD file, I'll have to go in my root element and I'll have to provide those two attributes. Okay, again first attribute is similar to that one, XSI equal to again the same thing, w3.org/2001/XML schema instance. Okay, and what was the second attribute? That XSI prefix you have to define XSI colon no namespace schema location equal to the what is the value of this attribute? The name of your schema file. And what is the name of my schema file? cache2.xsd. Understood? So I don't know if there are any mistakes in this code. I'll have to see now. Okay, I tried saving this code. It's not showing me any errors. Okay, even this file is fine. Okay, again I'll try to save. Okay, yeah, now we'll try to validate the file. Okay, let me just check one more time if everything is fine. XMLNS person root element person XMLNS colon XSI equal to instance XSI no namespace schema location equal to okay. Okay, so I'll try to validate this file. Okay, there is a mistake. So what is the mistake? Okay, I have not closed. There is a mistake over here. XML validation or line 3, the attribute max focus is not supported in the declaration. Max focus equal to unbounded. Check the spelling. It's correct actually. Max focus equal to unbounded. Yeah, there's a small mistake with this attribute. Okay, I'll just try to find out why it is unbounded. I had implemented this thing actually. Max focus equal to unbounded. Okay, there's some small problem with this attribute. Okay, I'll try to find out what I must have done some mistakes. Person element person. Complex type. Okay, next. Close. Okay, understood now. So again there was a mistake. I hope you understood what was the mistake. Okay, that's why I'm saying you have to practice and implement and practice, otherwise you won't know what mistakes you can do. Understood now? Here I had done a small mistake. Yeah, this was a mistake. Max occurs. Understood now? This I had put lowercase. Fine. Yes. Okay. Yes, there was was a mistake. Understood now? Yes. Correct. Okay. Yeah. Fine. So this file is properly validated now. If I don't put this thing, see, I'm not putting this constraint now. I'll just remove that constraint. Okay. Now I'll try to validate the file. Okay. See, this file is well formed actually. You can see this file. It is well formed. But when I try to validate this file, okay, it's giving me the error. Why it is giving me the error? Because in the XML file, this person element is repeating multiple times. 1, 2, it's repeating multiple times. And in my schema file, I have not handled that thing. I said that, okay, inside persons, there will be element person. So by default, it is 1. So that I had not handled. Okay, so that you can say, so I'll say that this file is not valid as per the schema. Okay. So here I'll have to say, max possible unbounded. Fine. Against valid. Understood? No. So this is how you validate your XML against the schema. So this is how the schema is going to look like for that particular element. Understood? Now, so even in the practical experiments, similar types of programs are there. There might be one more level of hierarchy. Okay. So in the first example, this was the first example I had taken, right? So there was no level. Directly the root element was defined as a sequence of elements, right? Then I took the second example. Here there was one more in the hierarchy. There was one more level. Yes or no? Persons was a root element. Person element was repeating. Then going to the person element again there was a hierarchy. Yes or no? Okay, there might be some problems in mind wherein particular child element might have one more level of an estima hierarchy. Even that kind of things are possible, right? So directly don't go for those high-fi problems. First, you to implement the simple problems, okay, like this kind of things, okay, and gradually you go for the some complex questions. Fine. Directly, if you go for the high-fi questions, then you are definitely going to do some mistakes while defining all these things. Understood, no? So I hope these things are clear now. And so please try to implement. Yeah. So now, if I consider the experiment, so now you can implement the XML, DTD as well as schema. So only one part that will be remaining is what? Transformation. That is independent thing. That all these things are not dependent. Understood? No. Each question, there are some different parts. Okay, but they are independent part. There are no dependencies. You can write a XML file. You can validate against DTD. You can write a XML file. You can validate against schema. Understood? No. Similarly, the XSLT transformation that we can do later. Only thing we'll have to write the file and connect to the XML file. That we can do anytime. Understood? No? So please see that now you, yeah, from the experimenting, first you go understand, learn my notes, practice the notes, practice the programs, practice the simple examples, and then go for your practical experiment. Fine. Okay, so now, yeah, now will be Ashish will be taking a lecture. Okay, 10:15. Actually, he was supposed to take now, but yeah, no problems. So I'll take the